Hello and welcome back to my morning report. Chart appraisals on Friday the 27th of March with me, Rich Pro Market Analyst at Tech Markets. Moving on to cable now, and this cable chart, well, has continued to fall away really. This is the hourly chart, and I've been talking about this key support around that. I mean, it was originally at around 48.30, then it sort of drifted back to 48.25, and it's continuing to drift lower and lower, just very slightly. Nothing really decisive on the breakdown yet. It's just more of a very slight war of attrition effectively, but you'd say that the outlook continues to deteriorate. This I'll show you the daily chart, where once again we've had a resistance coming in just under 50 big figure, and that is the fifth time in the last 6 trading sessions, not including today, that has been seen. It's incredible. And so this big resistance overhead between 49.50 and 50 big figure continues to cap the gains, and these momentum indicators on the daily chart continues to suggest that any sort of rally is a chance to sell. Now, what are we going to do with this hourly chart? Well, obviously the indicators are very slightly bearishly drifting. I would be using any rallies as a chance to sell on cable now. You've broken down already, and sorry, I'm just going to flip between the charts to reset them. You've broken down below that uptrend, and you're now sort of trading in this range, you could argue. So if you start, I'm of the opinion that we are actually in the process of breaking down from this range. It's just that we never really sort of confirmed the move. So you would argue that once you break below the range, you'd measure sort of 48.30 up towards 49.80, so that's about 150 pips of downside, and then you can measure that backwards to come out with this low around about the 46.80 mark, which is interesting because the initial real support comes in, I suppose, as a pivot level around this 47.20 mark. That was interesting, and I think we are coming back towards there, and I just think that any sort of rebound that you get now in cable is this chance to sell. You're seeing these momentum indicators just taking on an increasingly negative configuration really. The RSI never really getting too high, failing in the mid 60s, whereas the RSI on the downside is coming back towards 30 consistently, and the MACD line sort of now taking on a more negative on the hourly, and also stochastics as well. So I think just generally across the board you're looking out for rallies as a chance to sell. Just zooming in, you can say that there is around 48.70. There is actually a pivot level here from the last couple of days really that was supportive, and it's now become a basis of resistance in the last sort of 12 to 18 hours, interestingly enough. So I'd be using that around anything that you get into the sort of mid 4800s. I'd be looking upon that as your chance to sell now, because I think that there is downside that we're going to see in this cable chart. Yes, it's not really broken decisively, but I think that there is going to be downside. So that would be my take on it. And ideally, you'd probably be looking at 48.70, but obviously you may not get that, considering we are still sort of pushing these lower highs and lower lows. Anyway, I wish you good luck in your trading today on cable, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.